Ladies and gentlemen, with North America, it's CS Summit 6, and we're gonna kick it off right away. You know, we had an extended break. Obviously, Europe took a little bit longer than expected, but we're live with NA. Yesterday, we saw MIBR twice on the main broadcast. We're gonna see him again today versus Yeah Gaming. This is the lower bracket series as well, so I think they win this one, they have to win another one today. It's going to be an exciting series. You know, being in lower bracket, they still just have the one slot to kind of qualify. So we're going to kick this off. Yeah, nice 2 entries there from MBR. 4-on-3 situation already right off the bat. And joining us on the couch, I might add as well, we have Jason Moses O'Toole here today.
Thank you. I was waiting for my introduction. You could have flowered it up a little bit better, I think. But
Well, I was going to do the whole thing first, and then I was going to ask a question.
5'7"
And on the far right of me, we have Christine Potter, and I don't know your last name, actually. This is weird now.
Chi.
Well, that was easy. Okay. Christine Potter Chi, and then to my left, we have Jordan Nothing Gilbert. And that's the squad for today's evening with the North America. So how is everyone doing today?
ooh, this is a nice little clutch right on top. Yeah, Gaming.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Gaming. Yeah, baby. Pistol round in the bag.
There it is.
Yeah, there.
Wow, I looked over towards Robin, and I looked over, and now Yeah Gaming won that pistol. It seemed like MIBR had all the advantages. What happened?
I mean,
Jason started talking.
Jason, what'd you do, man?
Yeah, I'm known for my jinxing abilities.
Okay.
So I guess that's what happened. That's a tough pistol round to swallow for MIBR. Taking the loss there, and I imagine we'll see that second round by. KNG's picking up the scout, some pistols coming in hot.
Now, yesterday, MIBR, it seemed like they won every single second round force buy.
Yeah, they had a lot of really good rounds, actually. And on this map particularly as well, their T-side was actually really good, if I'm not mistaken. But listen, that was 24 hours ago. Don't ask too much.
A lot has happened in the past 24 hours, Robin.
It has. It's a wild space currently in the esports scene. But yeah, as you said, it was a 5-on-3 from MIBR. Yeah, Gaming equalized 4-on-3, but just the fact that they were down in pit and they got the bomb, or the bomb sites, she ended up in their favor. So first round on the board for Yeah Gaming.
And this is the dangerous start you want to avoid. That early tag from the scout is so nice from KNG. That's a nice peek down middle. And I mean, all it takes is a couple of those to soften them up for the Deagles, for the CZs. So gonna be tough. But they're pretty condensed. This looks like they're building towards a nice little waterfall out of the A-halls, and at the moment, it's going to be 3 players. That MAC-10 better lead the way. Yes.
They're listening to you, Jason.
I'm calling strats. Not
we had a lot of that yesterday. Oh. Nice set from TRK. This is very common, actually, just the waterfall strat in apps nowadays. As you mentioned, Jason, with the scout shots.
Yeah.
You know, going mid, going banana, just getting hit right off the bat, and then you have close quarter pistols.
This is still recoverable. I mean, they don't have. I believe, is that a kit on Fallen?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so they've got a kit. He's going to be coming in hot. He's on the flank with the MAC-10. He has been spotted out, but that low HP is like toss it up. If any of these, this MAC-10 especially, can be so mobile. That's going to be coming from halls. Look for a pop flash from Fur over towards this pit. They're going to be playing pretty much on the offensive side, but Fallen's dead, so I take it all back.
That Molotov could have been huge, though, on
Yeah.
Fallen's back. I mean, I definitely see a world where that retake could have happened, but at this point, Fur, damage control, trying to get some kills. Ooh, this could be a moneymaker. That kill, I mean, he's happy with that. He's definitely happy with that, right?
I mean, 1 kill is better than 0. Net
Nice.
positive. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Thank you so much.
I can't believe.
Simple
I
math.
can't believe that your team lost yesterday with that kind of insight behind it.
you know, yesterday no one really asked me about this. I was quite happy about it.
It was
maybe
a fresh wound, though, you know?
You know, I was hoping maybe I'll get 1 more day.
Nah, Daddy's here today.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, no, we're 3rd round here. Yeah, we lost yesterday, Jason. What's your point? What do you want to talk about here?
Well, it's a good opening towards them. Again, some decent damage is done by MIBR. This time, though, unfortunately, not so much the weaponry and the utility to kind of take advantage of it. This should be able to still be a Yeah Gaming round with relative ease. It'd be nice if they could actually keep plenty of players alive to build some of that money back that they lost in the previous round.
I mean, this is one of those rounds. It's kind of like the bonus, like as you're saying, because there's no armor on the CTs. You might have like a bonus pistol, like the Fur getting a kill. Yeah, he might afford like a Deagle himself or 5-7 or whatever. Usually, you do tend to see on the T side here, I just like a lot of compact play, just all 5 grouped up together. Just make sure you get the trades, and like you said as well, most importantly, try and survive as many people as possible. As I say that, nice little entry there from Fallen, run and gun.
That's a cool little drive-by with that Deagle Blaze.
But they do already have the bomb site though. Bomb down. We'll see. One more kill here is a bonus from MIBR, and they do get that. They get actually a third. This is a little bit shaky here from Yeah Gaming.
Yeah, they're losing a lot here, and Fallen can make this work. And no, that's nice awareness to check up towards hulls. 3-0 for Yeah Gaming, but that one hurts. They lost some rifles. They get out of that with an AK and a MAC-10. They have to rebuy 3 guns again, which is exactly what they had to rebuy in the second round. So, I mean, right off the bat, Yeah Gaming, you're up 3-0, but you're on the verge of getting broken.
Yeah, we talked so much about like the bonus rounds, right? Essentially getting the 3 kills from MIBR there. Now the bonus round is gone. Now it's just a straight weapon round versus weapon round. This is the first weapon round of the series. Usually you do see with bonus rounds, very aggressive play coming from T's. We might see the same here still from Yeah Gaming, just setting the pace for the half, but it is a weapon round versus weapon round nonetheless. Good amount of utility on both sides.
Oh, I hope he stays aggressive this whole game.
Oh.
KNG was nuts yesterday. He was really the kingpin for MIBR on getting those entries, especially on Mirage.
Oh, that's unfortunate, though. He actually swung out a little bit too wide. The stack in lane couldn't help him out, but it slaughters everything else. Taco, last one remaining. He's eventually going to fall. Damage is done, but a 2-on-2 has got to feel great, and Fallen is able to snag that. That's the bomb down as well. So now a 1 versus 2.
Ooh, they didn't hear him. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That's pretty.
Oh.
Man, and Fur and Fallen could have even been patient. I think they obviously expected him to be going towards lane, going towards quad to pick up the bomb. They did not expect him to be camped out inside that smoke. And that fight that we're just seeing so often these days of just sitting in the smoke and waiting for it to fade, that's a hard one to gauge.
That's a
Nice
little
shots,
start.
though.
This
Very
is
nice shots, I would
exactly
say.
like what happened yesterday in the Chaos game, actually. Like MIBR, very slow starters, as you pointed out, Christine, right? And we see that same thing here, like somewhat like these kind of mistakes. Jason pointed out with KNG, like taking that too wide of an angle, not getting the help from the boost on short. So yeah, a little bit sloppy play so far, but we did notice that they did wake up eventually.
I don't mind KNG overextending like that once in a while, because he feels like one of those operators where if he's not aggressive with the AWP, he's kind of taking himself out of his own game.
Absolutely.
So I think you almost have to like ride or die with some of those decisions with him.
But I don't mind that either, because you just know on that T side as well to always look out for it. Like it's not like no area is free to take. You know, at least you have to waste a flashbang, you have to waste like maybe even a man advantage to like try and get that. And as I pointed out, like KNG yesterday, even on this map as well, very aggressive. He just kept going, kept trucking. Same on Mirage. He was up in mid. He was boosting catwalk.
He's been a pretty big powerhouse for this team when you consider their performance in Flashpoint as well. He played great for them there.
It is very, like, considering, because Fallen is obviously a very good opper as well, very consistent opper. But since you have KNG being that aggressive one, like when you do get that dual op setup, KNG just going aggressive, and then what do you have waiting for you? Like a defensive opper in Fallen.
That's a limp flashbang.
That was a funky flash.
That like hit a very odd angle he wasn't expecting, but still success on the entry. Fallen coming through the smoke. He would have loved to have one of those kills, especially the player that swung wide, but he's still, double. That's nasty. Now they've got a real chance of turning this. They've got to make sure these fights are always 2-on-1. I mean, that's unfortunate, giving up the man advantage like that. 2-on-2, just Deagles. Well, a Deagle and a CZ, but they need to find a way to coordinate these pieces, and these positions are so strong in the post plant. I don't know if they're going to be able to crack into this.
Well, do have armor at least, though. Fallen being very low here, so it's going to be mostly on TRK. Does get spotted, though. So we'll see. I think we're only looking at, you had mentioned the economy game. Same thing with last round for Yeah Gaming. Obviously just keeping the one member alive. MIBR, close one again. So still keeping the economy in check for Yeah Gaming, but obviously this game is all about getting to 16 rounds. So it's time for MIBR to get some wins on the board.
You're going to do that all day, aren't you?
You needed
Oh, no,
Vendetta.
that's great. That's great.
Did you call Vendetta in for that info?
Listen, man, this is BTS for beginners. You know, I expect Jason to be, you know, the super professional really hardcore, kind of just give us the information that
Give me a day
percenters can.
to settle into things, you know? I might be a little bit professional and buckled down today, but tomorrow things are going to get weird.
Listen, we have 2 weeks. we have 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. I'm just special every day, so like you just have time to catch up.
You certainly are special. Oh dear, that's a lot of damage. 6 HP to start this round. That's one of the worst feelings you can have in Counter-Strike, and I imagine the Banana players have to just deal with that on the T side on their own with all the utility.
Constantly.
Yeah. It's like an agreement you sign as a B player.
Yep.
It's like, all right, fine, I'll give away 75% of my HP before I even see an enemy.
I feel like it's so weird though, because you know, like when you do like standard defaults on maps, like there is always that one like prized position that like you want to play. Like I feel like the Banana on the T side is that prized position, but it is just so miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You sign the same agreement when you play B on Dust 2.
Yeah. Just
I'm
always
okay with
blind.
getting,
Be on train.
Dad,
A
I'm okay
white
with getting
screen.
shot through the double doors
Yep.
every single round.
Yep.
Split every single round.
I don't think people really notice how many times like the P guys actually get tagged by like the really good operators. Like it's absolutely absurd the timing they have.
I like it though. I know a lot of people don't like that mid double doors. I love that fight. I like that there's just a little gamble. That is a bold
That's
walkthrough.
nice.
Man, I love it. MIBR caught completely off guard. I think they have to save.
That's such a gutsy contact play, but such a good play coming out of Yeah Gaming. A lot of
This is
Cojones
definitely
to
a
call
save
that
round
one.
now.
Yeah.
Usually you do say like now, like Jason pointed out, like if you get a kill right off the bat when you do the retake, yeah, you can go for it because it's 3-on-3. But as soon as the molly comes down, like it's 7 seconds, it's just off the clock. And why not save? And you saw that the tendency as well, and you see that more and more now, especially like even if they get the bomb down, even in certain 3-on-3s, you just end up saving because the odds of winning that retake is just so small.
I love it. That's why I think, I mean, obviously you can make those plays when the defense is playing so passively in the bomb site. And MIBR, it feels like they still haven't gotten all their nades together yet with these buys, which I think is making that difficult. But I guess at a certain point, if now they're starting to get abused of that B bomb site with those kinds of plays, if you're one of those B defenders, you have to be like way more aggressive in holding that angle so you know if someone is that close up ready to go. Six to nothing, Robin. How many rounds away is that from
That's
a victory?
9. It's 9. I think. No.
10. It's 10.
What do you, oh, to winning, I thought to half. It is 9 to half, though. Well, that was awkward. But
I tried to give you a layup.
I was just, how many rounds to half? It's just 9. Yeah, I know the math. But yes, Yeah Gaming, 10 more rounds to win.
And some other interesting numbers to look at. Tada's in and Doom out. How's that how you say it? Somebody correct
This is
me.
my first time. I actually haven't had a chance to even watch a lot of Yeah Gaming's games. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well they've been doing.
146 ADR and Tada's in and Doom out with 137 ADR already. I mean, we're only 7 rounds in, 6 rounds. Pretty heavy numbers here.
Still impressive.
And one of the things we can point out is we saw the same tendency for Chaos Gaming, and the same thing is happening in this game for MIBR to struggle is that Yeah Gaming is actually trading super well.
Yeah.
When they go into the bomb site, Expo or not, like they're in and there's like 3 guys in, MIBR gets the 1 and they get instantly traded. So considering it's a very young squad, the fact that there's not a lot of baiting we don't see, like there's a lot of like, hey, let's go in as a group and let's just trade together, is like actually really nice sight to see. Defensive setup this time around for MIBR. 3 towards B. I think we do see the rotate now then. But obviously, this is looking a little bit like a B fake kind of into like an A apps push.
This is such a brutal angle to get this early in the round. Like at MIBR, I don't even know if they realize he's in this position, but like you get to just camp there and sit there for so long. And if anyone from MIBR just like loses focus or makes a mistake and wanders into that crosshair, which I mean happens rarely, but it's just so dangerous. That smoke off is huge. He's going to have to back away. Nice timing on that. And Yeah Gaming still spread across the map. And there's a little bit of a peek over towards Pit. Damage is done. And there's the aggressive peek from the bomb site. Good kill from Taco.
Not really quite sure what the plan was here, but it looked like there was going to be some sort of a B fake after they take the mid control, or at least just hold the banana control and take mid and fall back. But again, we see here time is short. 20 seconds left. Nice kill there from KNG. I think we're going to see MIBR's first round on the board.
You don't want to see those kinds of smokes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you also don't want to see peaking before that smoke, but I mean, that kind of happens when the clock is running down like that. Some players get a little bit nervous and maybe peak a bit early. So 6-1. Good to see MIBR on the board. And importantly, 4 players surviving as long as they don't overchase here. So they get a little bit of growth in money. This would be a huge win for Yeah Gaming. I was just looking at their recent matches. They lost to Cloud9 in a best of 3, lost 0-2. They beat Triumph 2-1, Levitate 16-7. Team 1, 16-13. New England Whalers, 16-13. That's a shout out, Jordan. You know that one.
Why do I know
Isn't that a hockey team? That's like a college hockey team from like the 70s or 80s.
Oh, that does sound familiar, actually. Or like a junior hockey team.
I think I know that information from Mallrats, which...
Okay.
I
think
it's a classic Kevin Smith
movie.
movie.
The Griffins? Yeah, there you go.
The Grand Rapids Griffins.
We talked a lot yesterday about just adapting our play styles as well. And one of the things we saw here, like what did MIBR do last round to make them win the previous round? That they set 3 towards speed. They play a little bit more defensive. You see a little bit of a swap here from Yeah Gaming actually opting to go a little bit A fast up towards the arch side into CT spawn with one remembers KNG still on the apps control there. Gets the kill though, so it's a 3 on 3.
My man.
round.
That's huge.
Big kill there by the man with already 140 ADR almost, I think. And
Oh, that's a bold peek. I like that Fur came through that smoke. That's fighting fire with fire, because Yeah Gaming's done that to a couple of times this half so far. So good to see Fur having the courage to step through that smoke when all the attention is over on Fallen. Cheeky little kill, and that leaves the Opper in a near impossible situation. You got the bomb, but it's like, how are you going to get it out of here safely? And there's so much time for MIBR to move across the map and change their positioning.
Yeah, and just thinking long-term here for Yeah Gaming, always bomb plant is always a bonus, and he is going to get it. Now, obviously, round win. We'll see. Low on HP, 1 on 2. Oh my god, not gonna get it. It's still very much a bonus here, though, getting the bomb down.
he had the right kind of idea.
Yeah.
Like if he was a little more tucked against that box and kills that guy coming out halls first,
Yeah.
that could have been a little cheeky 1v.
I thought it was going to be the like classic, you park yourself behind that missile box, so you're isolated from halls and lane, and you can take that fight towards small pit, which
And
would
he
have been
guessed
Fur.
right, yeah.
But you have to get aggressive there, don't you?
Yeah, he could have ducked, I guess, the center box and held Fur as well, but
A lot of things he could have done. It's hard to
coulda,
be
shoulda, woulda.
hard to be too
Do
judgmental.
it right next time.
Don't ever make that mistake.
6 rounds, though, already on the board for Yeah. They can't be too upset with that. It's a very comforting feeling. They just can't let that comfort lull them to sleep, try to grab a couple more before the half.
But here's the thing that I really love the read from Yeah Gaming. Like I said, like kind of expecting or knowing that MIBR had 3 towards the B bomb side. I wonder if MIBR kind of wastes a little bit too many nades there for Yeah Gaming to make that decision.
Yeah, maybe someone was like counting the flashbangs or the nades.
But just maybe just to change the pace here, because now you see again we go back to like how MIBR is deciding to play, and they actually opt to play a little bit aggressive in mid down instead rather than defensive. Having the 3 members there, obviously just a pistol buy here from Yeah Gaming, it's a half buy. It's actually a full buy, fully bought up.
Those deadly little pistols. Nice kill from TRK, and yeah, MIBR's handling this very well. So took them a little bit of time to get their sea legs here on Inferno, but they seem to be pretty comfy now. And again, the hard part is with this kind of a force up, you're hoping to do damage to the money as well. Like even if you lose, you're hoping to get those 2 to 3 kills just so you can have the reset. I think the scary thing now for Yeah Gaming is if they go down and they lose, like, you know, if MIBR has a lead going into the second half, even if you have this great 6-0 start for Yeah Gaming, you feel like you lost that half in such a big way if it's been so long since you went around.
Especially because they were so close. I mean, MIBR's money prior to this round, they were borderline broke. So certainly I can see why Yeah Gaming wanted to force that round. But looking back on it now, this is definitely the window MIBR were waiting for.
We do see a full eco here though. Not even a flashbang. It may be a P250 or something, but here it's definitely a bonus to get even the 1 kill.
I like seeing MIBR challenge like this. I mean, they obviously know it's going to be a save round. I hope this kind of sticks up, and I hope they show a little bit less respect to the smokes that Yeah Gaming has been popping through. I mean, it's kind of difficult, obviously, because obviously a pop flash is going to fly in first. That's a very pretty sequence from Fur.
Fur's been waiting for just this round right here. We saw it yesterday multiple times. He's just hunting down the frags on Dust 2, on Inferno.
If anyone
he's
on
back.
that team is going to be an Eco Cobra, it's going to be Fur.
Oh, yeah.
Four to 6. 5 rounds left on the half. And we'll see. We saw the timeout. We're not quite sure who it was from 2 rounds ago. But we kind of see a swap here. Like you had mentioned, Jason. They were 6-0 up and 6-4 now. MIBR economy is growing. So we'll see if Yeah Gaming has a reply. Considering we kind of see now with MIBR's economy getting in check, they are going to be playing a little bit more aggressive. That B push again. 3 towards the banana.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
unfortunate. Pre-fire, spamming the angle. Good kill on... Oh, Taco even steps up to the plate next. He's got like 10 HP.
low.
Yeah, that's... He's got some stones.
No nades though, or HEs on Yeah Gaming, so they're gonna have to wide swing this. Unless they want to use a molly, but I doubt it. They have 2 left. That goes on the bomb site with 2 smokes, so... KNG, very aggressive. I love that. I talked about it yesterday, the whole things of being weak on the sides, especially knowing as well from MIBR having the information that
boy.
they are in banana.
Oh, that's so
Getting
sick.
2 there with low HP is, I mean, this is round over, I think.
It
Smoke
looked-
down as well.
It looked like they were going to clear that position, and oh
Oh.
my lord, he just... Fur fell asleep at the wheel. That's the opening now provided. 2 on 2, still low HP at 1 player. That was, I mean, it looked like Yeah was going to clear the sandbags, but that fake smoke from Fur, I guess, took all their attention away from it. Just a small miscalculation, and Taco delivers again.
Listen, Jason, I think if Fur was even awake there, he still would have been scratching his head. I mean, he just got perfectly spammed there. So great look and great intuition for Yeah Gaming there. But KNG kind of taking back the advantage here with a nice pick in middle. That's definitely going to make things a little bit easier for MIBR side of things. And Fur, he's definitely ready. He's got KNG's back this time around.
No time left either to rotate back to B.
Ooh, don't
so
do it.
Ooh.
Good timing. And that's TRK, not Fur. The 3 letters.
Yeah.
Double 3 letters.
To Christine's
names.
defense here, we got a little bit of distance to the screen, so the names are a little compact.
Another pistol buy here.
Fifi, what are you calling? Your coach.
What do I call what?
What are you calling here for Yeah Gaming? Timeout.
I mean,
Let's say it's
I
Dignitas.
would definitely call a timeout first and foremost. Just like talk a little bit about what's going on the map, right? Just to like have a conversation. Because right now you kind of know if you're Yeah Gaming that MIBR is taking banana control. They're fighting for banana, right? They had the option of like, and which they did. They took a very fast A push last or 2 rounds prior. I would just love to see this, like, take your time a little bit, take the map control, because you did that really well, and still stick with these, like, pop flashes. Just make sure you know that we have potentially 2 ops on MIBR. Now KNG is very aggressive. Where can you go to kind of minimize the impact that he will have, so you kind of get the same space that you want to get before you actually start with the execute? And the most important thing as well, we see here as well, MIBR, they're holding their nades. This is a really bad spot if you're Yeah Gaming, because even retake-wise, it's going to be really difficult to hold the bomb sites.
Yeah, well, these nades into a set piece so that you can just dump all like the Molotovs. And Taco's hiding in closet. He's keeping space for KNG. TRK with the wide swing. Nice transfer over. Some damage is done. He's dropped. They should get a plant out of it, which is not a huge deal because they already have the full losing bonus.
Bomb is down.
Ooh, no,
But still a good
yeah.
situation to potentially do more damage than they already have. A couple guns in hand, but HP situation being kind of triangulated on, it'll be tough to get another one.
Yeah, nice little setup there. But here's the downside, right? So we'll see what kind of buy they have. But what I would love to see here, just knowing, right? Yeah, just because MIBR takes banana with 3 guys in the beginning doesn't mean that obviously they're playing 3 banana the whole time, right? The idea is that they just want to fall back and have more towards A. So you have an opening. If you do notice that they do the same, you don't have to rush A if you don't want to. You can take mid control, have them rotate. You hold banana still, you can rotate banana late. That way you know that CTs have spent a lot of utility on banana laters, and you have spent literally nothing. A smoke and a flashbang take over mid, and then you just go and execute. What do they have left to hold? You have some smokes and maybe 1 potential flashbang. Just pay attention here how much nades actually MIBR will be using. Now we see that Yeah Gaming is actually now fighting a little bit for banana control. It's going to be taken a little bit late, but already so little nades on MIBR.
Yeah, well, I mean, they use it to get established control.
Exactly.
That first kill is huge, and the follow-up is even better. And again, MIBR going to be starting out with a nice little lead, 5 on 3. TRK looking for that walk through the smoke, and he just missed the timing on that. If he had just held his nerve a little bit, might have been able to have that kill. Ooh, little gap in the defense. but Taco's got it covered.
And with not a lot of HP over there, they're not going to want to prod by himself.
I mean, they're all spread across the map, right? 3 players in 3 different parts of the map on the T side, so you're just hoping that MIBR gives you a mistake. That's a dirty little peek.
Yeah, just one by one by one. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, Jason, they were just too spread out. If some of those duels go a little bit differently, then certainly, yeah, would have had a better option.
7 straight now?
Yeah, and here's the thing as well. Like, I like the approach from of like trying to take banana a little bit delayed. Now, here's the problem. The timing isn't necessarily there. So MIBR still didn't have time to rotate back to A while you do that. So what you kind of want to do there, even if the timing you want is there for Gaming, spend some more nades to kind of take it to control, because you know that MIBR is going to be out banana fighting for it.
And Gaming haven't even been able to get the bomb down in the last, I believe, nearly 7 rounds. So they've been kind of strapped for cash. I mean, we've seen multiple of these Tech 9 rushes, and this time around, a lot of pressure on Fur. That's a good trade. If they can take Taco out here, he is pretty low, but unfortunately Fallen, he's got his back.
This goes back to what Robin was just talking about. If you have the information that they're playing 3 at the top banana, I mean, you have two ideas, right? Like, you can hit that A bomb site fast, which they've tried to do previously and almost worked. Or if they're just a little patient, they don't try and take banana right off the bat, let MIBR spend all their nades and go for like a really delay, like save all yours and let them spend all of theirs. And then all of a sudden you have a huge advantage going in, because MIBR is tossing so many of these nades before they even feel the pressure. Which is kind of what, I mean, you have to do to establish that control. But they're not actually peeking down banana.
I used it as an example. For example, when we had played Orglas in Flashpoint, we did the same thing. We spent a lot of nades to just take a banana, and one of the reads were from Orglas was, let's just wait, have them spend everything, and let's just take over banana at 1 minute. That way, you know, even for Fiber, he wasted an extra flash. Now you're taking banana with full set of utility and full nades, and the CTs, they have nothing. They have 1 smoke to hold you off. They have no smokes for sight to like kind of block off the molly. So you could do a full-blown molly execute, and they have to play B retake. And by then, you should already maybe get an entry and whatever. There's a lot of ways you can kind of counter it. But at least now we kind of see at least a better opening, I'd say, for Gaming that we've seen previously. They do get the trade this time around. It's a 4-on-4 situation now. 1 minute left on the clock. MIBR are running low on nades now. So it's a good situation now from Gaming. Could they get at least the last round on the half?
I love that play from Taco and KNG. Risky, but like the delayed pop flash peek. I mean, if he had that, if that fight was won a little bit more clean and Taco gets away, that would have been a thing of beauty.
That's the last smoke on MIBR's side of things, so...
Waterfall.
That's definitely... Ooh. TRK's been a beast in this big pit position, but not this time around. But that's a good shot from KNG. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Jason talked about it before with a little bit maybe lack of experience, not waiting for the smoke to fully bloom before they jump out, making sure that they're covered by KNG, but maybe it's not going to matter. It's a 1-on-2 now. MIBR, yeah, just really taking control at the end of this half.
That's a really... This is such a nice recovery from MIBR. They're going to take 9-6. They went down 0-6 and rattled off 9 in a row. That's some championship caliber team comeback stuff from MIBR.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going to go somewhere way better with that, but I failed miserably. Either way, we're going to head to a break, and when we come back, we'll get the conclusion of the match, so stay tuned.
With the second half of the first map between MIBR and Gaming. This is the lower bracket. MIBR lost yesterday, their first game versus Chaos. 2-1, they played with their coach, MCE. 2-0, sorry. They actually played, I don't know if you got a chance, you were on the plane, I know, flying over. They actually played really good. I was so pleasantly surprised by Chaos Gaming. I told it right before the game, I said, had they used Steel, I think that there was cause for potential of like an upset. But just the fact that they go and do it without him playing as well just comes to show like how really well drilled the team is. Like, they did such a great job with trades. Vanity had a great series as well. And overall, I think they're just very impressed. And that's why we kind of see MIBR here today, you know, playing against the Gamings.
Yeah, I mean, if any team's going to be able to recover as well, it's MIBR. Like, they've been in these situations so many times. That's a nice little timing shot. Taco is the unfortunate... player who catches a bullet to the face, but good flank watching from Fur. That double kill is critical. That makes this so much easier. Now you have 2 players who have to wait for the third to rotate over, and they're all split. Fallen, no armor, waiting for the push. And this is utility from this player in Banana. If he starts throwing it out, Fallen's going to have the indication. There's the first kill, and now he has to take the fight 1 versus 2. But he's got this isolated, and he goes down. Big win for Yeah Gaming, finally putting a stop to the 9-round run.
And that's both of the pistol rounds won from Yeah Gaming. And obviously, as we've mentioned, they were 6-0 up in that first half. So they won the second round as well. Something that Christine pointed out before with MIBR being extremely... They actually did a really good job on that secondary pistol round, or weapon round rather, yesterday. Mostly on that CT side. But we did see some potential when MIBR got the bomb down. We saw some AK buys, but it's not looking likely this time around. Some mollies though, and some smokes. This is looking at least like a leaning towards a B execute. And a bunch of HEs. Yeah, so they actually end up do go for a buy here.
I like it. You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming because it doesn't really make any sense to not to do that anymore since you got the bomb down, and you kind of technically get a better buy than CTs. So it's very much an even playing field. And I love the fact that that MIBR opted for a lot of utility here rather than AKs instead of that. Just making sure that hey, let's just make sure we get on the bomb sites, get their weapons instead, and all of a sudden we're in a massive advantage.
You know, this interesting to see. MIBR just immediately smoked car. That's another option that I could have done that first half.
Oh, yeah,
some of these early A rounds you can just smoke car and
most people molly it, but exactly like you said.
Kind of cut info and make
Instead
them
of
guess.
smoking,
Oh, maybe they're walking behind the smoke here, but
oh, this ain't gonna work. This is gonna go horribly. Oh, that Molotov
is gonna help them, and if they could trade this balcony player, they might be able to get in a situation where they have cover. But if they're not able to breach this right now, the crossfire is gonna be too much for them.
Oh, it's the double pit that's gonna be so hard. Oh, but he misses initial shots. That could have been dangerous. Bomb's getting planted, and I don't know if they have a smoke up at small pit. It just left, and now they're boxed into the site. And this is one of those very difficult post-plant scenarios. Tough to hold off this retake from so many different angles, and blind as well. TRK is going to go down in 8th round for Yeah Gaming, but the plant is critical.
The plant is definitely critical, but just the fact as well, like this was a full buy from MIBR. Yeah Gaming keeping 3 members alive. This is a great hold from them. Really reading it well, have great positioning as well when MIBR decides to make that execute happen. Plant is definitely given to MIBR, but important win for Yeah Gaming. We should be seeing here, considering they had 3 members alive, maybe a full save from MIBR here, maybe just some pistols, but actually it's an AK buy instead. I love this. Why not? Let's go for it.
Yeah, baby, we're feeling it now.
And this is where, because they don't have a lot of utility, they might have to forego like too much map control early.
This is going to be a very aggressive round for sure, yeah.
I'm actually curious. I'm wondering if they're going to go aggressive or kind of try to drain out utility so they don't have to. So this is the first aggressive side, but beyond this, I'm curious to see if they'll enter early or try to wait nades out. But
I think they'll just march in and do a contact on this bomb site.
because I guess you can't really drain much utility if you don't have any to
exactly.
You
fake
have
with
nothing
yourself.
to throw in counter. I think it's going to be like one of those timings where they're turning the corner as the smoke is being thrown. Maybe one pop flash coming in hot.
You want to clear this first angle, especially since Yeah Gaming hasn't really smoked this off now. So like as closest as you get as MIBR, this is even better for you, right? As Jason pointed out, this is an expo. It's a 1 smoke towards spawn. It's a 1 flash over, and we just go for picks with the AKs.
Ooh.
Oh no, front sight. They're going to try and ramp, aren't they? They're going to try and be cute. Oh, this is awkward. Third player coming over. KNG. He needs that kill. Wild spray. He's going to get it. Low HP. Eventually it comes down, but he's going to stay aggressive. Even more so. That's a stunning headshot. But there's still 2 players in the site. This can still go south.
Big trade, and now they're awkwardly behind some smokes here. But he's not going to survive much longer at the new box here as his help is coming in, but a little too late from the spawn arch. And KNG going to really kind of stamp that round home.
Yeah, those are important kills as well.
Yeah, and especially the manner in which MIBR pulled this round off. We spoke about how the lack of utility might come to bite them with just a 1 flashbang and 1 smoke, but man, they really optimized the low utility that they had, just sending KNG in and finding that frag and CT spawn, isolating those site guys. So really nice set piece from MIBR.
Yeah, we don't see those plays all too often anymore as well, like the smoke in sight and go CT spawn. And as you said, like KNG had a great spawn, didn't really get spotted, and then they had one guy in spools as well. So like the guys that was on site, yeah, they still had 2 guys alive. The problem was that they were completely sandwiched in on the bomb site, wasted all their nades. So all MIBR had to do was essentially wait out the smokes, and you're basically just stuck. So it's a really lovely round from MIBR. I was actually gonna say I'm not a fan of it just because like they got the bomb down. It's just the one eco that you would get, and then you would have a really nice buy with full set of nades. You know that Yeah Gaming as well had 3 guys alive. So in terms of like the economy play, like I would say it's a little bit risky, knowing that you should be and are the better team. Just go for the safe place rather than like the gambles of like you don't really have to buy there.
The economy is just so forgiving. I feel like right now that teams just don't even feel like the fear. Like I think teams are starting to learn as well too. Like even if you can just get on a map like Inferno, it works too, because if you just get the entries quick enough, they don't have a chance of retaking even against pistols. It's so difficult. So even just 1 or 2 AK-47s can do the job.
Oh.
I have 3.7. I'm good. Bye.
Yeah. Someone else buy utility. I've got armor AK.
Yeah, get your Mac 10.
Taco, buy me flashes.
We're going to see, it's going to be interesting to see as well, just to compare. Obviously, we don't see an op here on Yeah Gaming, but just to compare the difference later on in this half, how well MIBR takes map control and how much they do it together, how really smart they are with their nade usage of making sure that, hey, let's just not get us like a sloppy death here with like an opper just being aggressive. They're really taking their time. They're making sure the grounds are covered. You see the molly here from Fur as well, and he's by himself here, you know, but it's very well thought of. And we mentioned the nade usage as well. MIBR still has a bunch of nades here for this execute, but for Yeah Gaming, this is going to take a lot of good crossfires, a lot of trades. I would love to see a little bit more aggressive showing here from Yeah Gaming, because this is they're going to be completely pincered here.
Ooh, and all 3 members of Yeah Gaming are towards that B bomb site. You saw them leaning towards there with just trying to support that scout to try to get an early some splash damage, but that's just not what happened. I do agree with you, Robin. I wish that small pit player was peeking towards that mini pit a little bit earlier before that site guy got contact. Because
the problem is that when you gamble like this and you have 3 towards B and you're not even like trying to go for some banana place, you have no information. You literally you lost banana control and you've lost mid control, so you don't really know where they're going. So you're basically just like gambling the fact like, hey, it's a 50 chance that they might go banana, but if they do end up going Aether as they did and they're wrapped, you're just dead, because there's no way for you to even have good trades, because you're not getting the information on time. Your rotations won't be there on time. Like Jason said, even if they get 2 kills and it's a 3-on-3, you're probably not retaking that bomb site. So a little bit unfortunate, but you kind of see as well, we're talking like maybe a little bit of next level here as well. When we do talk about Yeah Gaming, we should know like MIBR obviously has been around the block for a very long time. Tier 1 team versus Yeah Gaming, up and coming. Obviously still have stuff to learn. What's very interesting to see for me though is just, you know, like the little new things that you might be seeing from these like up-and-comers that you might not see from these professional teams.
I think the hardest part for a team like Yeah Gaming, because this game is still very much like a possibility that they can actually win it. That's actually a pretty nice shot with the scout. Is like having the I don't know, I guess call it having the courage to maybe save one round or not go for one of these 4 spies just so you can get money. And I mean, they're doing it here with the 3 weapons they save, not really investing around it. But you need to get that money going on the CT side. It's going to be 8-12. You can still go on a massive run on the defensive side once you get the utility, once you get the powerful weapons. So it's time to just get there as soon as possible and see what happens.
Like I said, it is very easy to get blinded by just the scoreline. Like 12-8, it looks scary because you're like, oh my god, like 4 more rounds than we've lost. But if this was a regular game and let's say, you know, you don't have to hit the 16, right? Like this is a very different, it's very much open. Like we had mentioned, like this is, I think round number, I was going to start doing some math here now, but we're going to have round number 21 after, and this is potentially the first round we're going to be seeing an op from Yeah Gaming. So like it's taken quite a few times, and as you pointed out, of maybe just taking that call and just like, hey, let's just save 1 round so we get full utility, we get an opper up, so we can potentially go for the entries as well. If we want to do these like 3 B-stack plays, we can do that knowing that our A guys have nades to kind of hold it off, so it doesn't seem like very obvious that we're like stacking a bomb site.
Not to mention having an AW peer that's going to have a longer line of sight and more information, because that's definitely what Yeah Gaming have been lacking is intel. They haven't been able to gather any early information.
Let's say what they're going to bring to this party. No timeouts yet. M4 is being picked up. There's that AWP. Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, but again, we kind of see the struggle still. Like it's still very much up in the air for me for Yeah Gaming. Yeah, they have the op, but look at the utility, and then compare it to MIBR. Like this is going to be like if you're a Yeah Gaming here, you have to be smart on where you spend these nades. Don't throw them all too early, because you'll be stuck in a situation where it's 1 minute in and you'll have no nades left.
Oh no, that's a bold battle. And
Yeah.
they even won it at the start, but now that trade, that 1 kill and you have 1 HP.
And so here, that's where I was going towards as well. You have two options, right? You either have to play very aggressive with this kind of buy, because you can't just play late game, because you'll have no nades. The problem is that I would love to see maybe an SMG buy here from Yeah Gaming if you're doing this play, so the first guy in can like throw the molly, throw the flash. You kind of expect him to die anyway, but just the fact is, you really have no nade support behind these like rifles that you have. And MIBR, again, like just kind of expecting the play, gets the 2 kills, well, gets the 1 kill and 1 guy on 1 HP, but now it's very much free picking some banana. Like they're gonna get this for free, and then look at the nades still. Full on execute on the banana. They can molly off the whole site. For Yeah Gaming, you're forced to kind of retake, and then, as Jason pointed out before, you just tend to save at that point.
Yeah, I mean, even here, Yeah Gaming, it's almost like, I see what they're trying to do. We're cheating a player to CT spawn so we can have a fast rotation, but at this point, it's like, you might as well hike all 4 people over to this B bomb site or the A bomb site and just, you know, roll the dice. And say, if they come here, cool, we got a shot. If not, you know, we save. That's a good pop flash peek, but the fight just not clean enough to start, and now it's definitely got to be a save, especially with 1 health.
Yeah, I definitely saw a world where Yeah Gaming, if he got that first kill, because we mentioned the 1 health, but that 1 health, MIBR had no idea they did that much damage to the Yeah Gaming side of things. So certainly they still had a shot, but
Yeah, and this is where like a time would just come in hand and just like talk things through of like actually what's actually going on and just talking about it, because currently you're in a 13-8 deficit. You've had 3 buy rounds, but it's been sloppy buy rounds, and you've had no nades, and the 1 buy round like this one, you feel stressed and you feel like we have to make a play, and you go aggressive banana. In all reality, you haven't really had a chance to play your CT side yet. So like it's all really about like...
What would you say if you're in the coach position?
I mean, I would really just like, first and foremost, like to Jason's point, like it needs to be a point of which like you just have to make sure you have your economy in line, right? Because like CT side on Inferno, like it's a very utility-based map. You can't get away with just buying rifles and no nades. Like you won't win versus these teams. You'd rather just buy SMGs or FAMASs like this, so you at least have nades to hold them off. And then I would just suggest stop going aggressive. See what MIBR actually does on their standards, set up good trades, set up like nice crossfires with flashbangs, and see what they're actually doing, because you actually haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah,
and do some mid-round aggression.
I agree, but I almost think they've like missed the boat on that one. At this point, like you don't really have a round to give up where you're just passively waiting to see what they do at a default. Like they're just running over you everywhere they go.
I mostly meant with like they don't necessarily have to like a banana push or like go for that. Like the off pick like this, you know, have at it, right? Because you're not spending all too many nades like to do so. It's just like maybe with the 1 flashbang, and you're still making sure that MIBR knows, hey, we have an op, we're playing aggressive. You're gonna have to spend some nades in mid here if you want to take it.
I like that little head boost in the window.
well, they were trying to not make noise by doing
they
it, but
shot.
they ended up making noise, but they did the boost anyway.
This is their usual mid control here, and Fur normally gets at least 1 flash though, so this might not be enough if they try to do the usual. You might need a little bit more.
This stack, I feel like these stacks in mid are like real 50-50. They feel so strong when like you see them, but I feel like that boost and that stack and porch is all like. Teams know how to counter that pretty well.
It depends on the counter, right? So, for example, if you know, like, some of the counters you will have is, if you know there's an offer on the seat side in short area here, you tend to molly off underneath port, and you get the flash, but you kind of push. If you don't use the molly, the stack actually becomes, like, pretty strong, but as you said, it's really much a 50-50 if they have the read or not. And we'll see here, MIBR, like I mentioned, 30 seconds left now. MIBR really taking their time. Yeah Gaming is playing very defensive.
Oh.
We'll see how the nades are now. We'll see how the team play is with the trades and stuff like that. He misses the shot, gets the first one, though. That's insane.
I don't know, this hold from the CT side, now they've got the smokes up, this is going well. The wraparound, though, they lost track of it. And again, KNG has so much impact.
They really didn't have info, I guess, on him scaling wrap, because that guy was comfortable being exposed to mini pit right there.
Yeah, everyone had rotated over. A little bit of disorganization in a hectic spot. Now a 2-on-2, and TRK, the KNG combination, this is a nice crossfire. He can peek up, he's got the kill, now he needs to hide. And now you let KNG take contact. They know exactly where he is. They've spotted him out, and you have no need to peek until the swing into the bomb site. And I think he's just going to end up backing away.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah. Very nice round there. Was actually looking pretty good for Gaming there. Actually had a pretty nice defensive setup, but because they lost the track of the arch guy there and backup, that guy in pit there, like that's also very, very important for that guy when he's the last guy alive. It's more important for him to just try and stay alive than to overpeak in that situation, is to wait for backup, because that way they spend a little bit more time, maybe even an extra 5 seconds trying to kill him off. While the rotators show up, and then it's a 2-on-2, but the rotators are already there to kind of fight for it. So yeah, it's definitely exactly, and we talk about these small things. That's a small thing. Yeah, sure, you can argue like, oh, but if I peek and I get this guy, like we're in an advantage. But yeah, I mean, you have to kind of play the odds. You have to kind of play like, you know, the team play itself of like, where's your team, where's your teammates. It's not a one-man show, right, at the end of it.
And look at this play again by Fur. Like, I don't know what he heard just now. They are double pushed halls, and he found a gap with the boys following behind him. They're going to be able to go into a B split here. That the only thing could be saving would be the fact that they do have 3 there.
No one's looking at it though. And I mean, if he sees this AWPer poised towards Banana, he's not going to take the shot. That's going to be trigger discipline, and he can walk up. Oh, this is going to be interesting. If he can actually hold this to get a double kill, that smoke is going to help him close the gap. This is beautiful. If he wraps around towards the bomb site, it might even be 3 kills, especially with Fallen there. Yeah, Gaming's lost this round, and they don't even know it yet. But they're he's actually watching this. This could be huge. That's nasty.
You thought they didn't know.
I know.
But they knew.
Yeah, Gaming has lost this round. I don't even know it yet.
Listen, Robin, sometimes as a commentator, you got to build the tension. You got to paint a picture.
Was that smoke from MIBR, or was that Gaming's own smoke?
Towards CG Spawn? That was MIBR's.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because it might have stop them from getting an easy freebie.
Listen,
Fallen thrives in these scenarios.
I was going to say, I told you, they've already lost this round. Fallen's going to win this with no problem. Boom, headshot.
No, where's the trade?
Oh!
Caster's curse is Jason is 0 for 3 on the round, but the narrative was there.
Oh, he's got everything but the ending.
Damn, that first shot was beautiful, though.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. That little one tap, I thought he had it. I was so excited.
I wonder, though,
I was going to leave if it happened, so you know, by the way. Yeah, I was done with it.
I wonder what caused them to sniff out that back haul. If one of their halls guys were just like, hey, by the way, Arch has been open this whole round.
Yeah, I think because it didn't look like they had any real idea it was happening.
So they had to say it eventually.
Yeah,
by the way,
someone saw the minimap and was like, oh, wraps open, they can be CT spawn, and then
and
they
not
just...
to mention, Gaming have been stacking 3 towards B, majority of this half, in fact. So it's definitely a hole that I'm sure they even are aware of. So after a certain point, they're like, we do kind of have to watch our back there.
It's kind of a funny thing because I would imagine if you're in Fur's position leading the way on that kind of a flank, Jordan, we love bringing up this concept that you kind of popularized, the peeking with intent, is that you never expect someone to be at triple boxes watching the flank in towards ruins. Like you're never going to actually peek ready to take that fight. So when Fur's turning that corner, he's just kind of probably shocked that someone's even looking in that direction.
Yeah, it's
right,
not,
the reaction time it would take. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's kind of looking, and like you said, he's coming around the corner with the trigger discipline in the back of his mind. That's part of that premeditation. Is part of why you do have trigger discipline. He's like, oh, I might find someone here, and let me see what else I find. And oh my gosh, he's holding the angle.
Well, 5-round lead for MIBR. That's the first round Yaz won after like their opening salvo. They started that first half 6-0 and then lost 9-6. They started this half 2-0 after winning the pistol, and then lost everything since then as well.
And we're finally starting to see utility.
We're gonna get a restarted round.
Yeah, okay, it was awful.
I'm hearing some typing.
But I was just about to say, I love this buy.
Don't start that, Potter. Don't begin this.
All right. Okay.
I'll change the subject. I was gonna say
tension in the room.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I love the fact we talk about utility, right? And I love the fact that even on Gaming, like the fact look at the buys, right? They would opt for FAMAS and utility, and I love that. We even had an SMG buy just because the focus should be around utility, and it's so important. Like the focus around this map should never be about let's get proper weapons. The focus should be about we need full utility. The weapons are like essentially a bonus because once we have the full utility, even holding the bomb sites with like pistols, even SMGs, becomes a very, very difficult thing for teams to actually take control of. So, but yeah, timeout was made, and instead here we had an MIBR playing being very low, but we have it reversed this time around. The Gaming member instead it goes down. And then here we see MIBR trying to take some mid control. Not wasting out. That's what I talked about initially. We don't see a lot of nade usage here from MIBR taking this mid control. It's a flashbang. It's 2, and here's the 3rd and a smoke. And this is essentially free. If you compare that to a banana take, it's a lot of mollies, a lot of nades, a lot of smokes and flashes being thrown just for that. So this is essentially a very cheap kind of take. And then looking at it, same kind of round as last time where MIBR kind of gets CT spawn for free. But this is a B split this time around.
I almost hope they don't actually smoke that CT spawn off with that flank coming in. Like, smoke towards coffins, but let those guys fight with you. Like, if anyone's going to be swinging out from the site when you make this split happen, they're screwed. You have a wide open glimpse. And this one, Robin, they're definitely going to win.
Well, I was even leaning more towards that. With this smoke now, for example, like you can even smoke off the site so you get the guys in spools. But since you said like they're definitely going to lose it, here's the thing. When they go through that smoke like that, the guys in seat spawn aren't really ready. Yeah, you have Fur in a great position right now, like just holding the flank. But because the seats guy there, like he's not pulling any weight of like, hey, I'll throw a smoke, I'll throw a flash. Instead of like, they have 3 guys running through the smoke, it should be the other way around. Like, let the CT guy just shoot some. That person on the boost will just have angle towards CT guy. Then you run through the smoke and you get kills.
It was weird to see that actually they have everything you need to B split it, and then you don't actually pull off the split. It's just like a one-sided attack with a lurk and CT spawn. I will say,
They're definitely going to win this round, Robin. They didn't win the last one, but they're definitely going to win this one.
Listen, I didn't know they were going to get scared and bail out of the split. That's not fair. That's not my fault. Here's the thing. Look at the rotation from Yeah Gaming. Fur's ready to cut this all off. That's great protocols from them, realizing they don't have anyone on Rap side. And if there is going to be a B attack and it's going to be a split, instead of trying to rotate through spawn where you have someone in those positions possibly, just avoid it all by going down mid. That's actually like a really cool plan to kind of negate the weakness in your defense.
And also, when is MIBR going to tell themselves that A might be their best bet? We've had 3 players of Yeah Gaming towards B 3 rounds in a row now, and MIBR have read that. So at this point, with Fur having so much space towards that Rap side, Arch side, I mean, he's been bullying his way up there time and time again. At a certain point, I think if he starts poking and prodding towards A and realizing there's only 2 defenders here at most, usually in the mid round.
Oh, are they going to pop flash in? Taco might be dead. Oh, they're not doing it yet.
He dropped off the ledge.
Taco's
so
not dead here. Oh, he is dead. Goodbye.
That's the 3rd time you've cursed him in this game.
That's all you, Jason, okay? That's your job.
Oh, it's Maniac's job.
Christine asked me this yesterday about like the difference between playing in Flashpoint, the NA versus Europe thing. And one of the things that I've noticed here, obviously, with the European squads that we kind of see more and more now, is they actually lean more towards A and leave one guy at B only for a lot of the CT rounds, and they go a lot more retake instead. Versus for NA here, you kind of see the swap. You kind of still have the same old mentality of like we put 3 towards B and we only have 2 towards A. Those are like special rounds now in the European scene a little bit more. Whereas they kind of like in the beginning of the round, they really do lean a little bit more towards B, but that's only for the mindset of like, hey, let's just leave the one guy. And they don't even, it's not even the opera anymore at the car. It's just like the rifle that caps all the nades. You have one guy that wastes everything, and the guy that just stays, he could be out in car like in a small angle to just hold, and then you have the rotation still, but it forces the T's when they take over mid. You're always fighting like 4. And that's definitely not something, I haven't seen it. I didn't even see that yesterday, I think, in the NA scene of like even the gambling towards just the 1 towards B.
Yeah, I would imagine part of that is the idea of like playing the high percentage rounds in situations where if you just have one at the B bomb site, it's an easy call to just save and you can just fight again, and hopefully at some point it ends up panning out. We like to fight for things here in North America, Robin, even if it's ill-advised.
No, where to go with that one? So 15-10, and MIBR just looked strategically in control most of this game. I like...
Oddly enough, it's like the 2 mid-B splits that looked like they were just going to be easy wins for MIBR are the 2 rounds that they've lost once the guns came out. It's like they have all the good positioning.
But it's so funny because you mentioned that, and it kind of comes to show that MIBR has really like nailed the first like 2 phases of that, but like the proper execute once they do like kind of split that bomb site just isn't there yet. Again, we see a very aggressive play from Yeah Gaming. Take a banana control with no utility. This is a little bit odd, like just a flashbang and just triple peek. You don't even see a molly. Like that's very unorthodox, but hey. What if it works? It doesn't really, but it's a 4-on-2 now. We get the trade at least, but MIBR, they're in full control of the B bomb site. This is looking extremely bad for looking like MIBR is going to
They're
take map one.
definitely winning this round.
Okay, third time's a charm,
15-11.
Jason.
I've got
Yeah.
it. Don't
Wow.
worry.
I feel like the odds though are a little bit more in your favor, but okay.
If we had like a live odds tracker of like how much of a chance there is for Ya to actually win this round, it would be at like less than 1%. Like this is a closeout. Look at all the Molotovs and smoke still left. There's nothing you can do.
Oh yeah, holy crap.
When Fallen just picks off 3 people like that in the banana, it's like, all right, peace. It was a fun game. We'll go on to map 2.
And there we have it, 16-10 in favor of MIBR. They had a slow start. We're down 0-6 for Yeah Gaming's T side, but ended up being 9-6. Lost the pistol, but MIBR definitely were. I mean, they were just in the front, out in the driving seat, I'd say, after the first 6 rounds. But we'll talk more about that game after the break.